Hopefully you can all see me good. Everything's like lopsided, so. Good morning. It is September 29th, Sunday morning. Oh, I woke up early like normal, even though I work in the evening. Just my schedule keeping me getting up early. So, see if I can get you guys to see me a little better. Thank you, sis. I can't see a chat because the screens are far away. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm Sandra. I'm an alcoholic. Let's wait and get a couple more people in if they're coming, and then I will get the meeting going. Still learning how to do all of the live streams and all of that, so be patient. Copper's over there, on that darn bone that it will, or no, it's the alligator that Aunt Lily gave him. Anyways, I'm Sandra. I'm an alcoholic, and please be kind in the chats. Do not pass judgment. It is a meeting, so please refrain from doing that. It is a safe space for people to come and listen to me read the stories out of the big book and the steps and traditions in the 12 steps and 12 traditions book. And I also read off the app on my phone for the daily reflection. I think I'm going to start doing one of my meetings a week, just reading the story out of the pamphlet that's on here. So it's not always the same thing, reading the same books all the time. So just spin it to where, we're getting more out of it. Anyways, so just be nice. If people are in my chats, it does not mean that they are the alcoholic. It just might be that they're supporting my channel, or they are, I hate these warning things that pop up. Anyways, it is to help them know ways of being able to help a friend or family member who's suffering. And I know I still have family that is currently in it, and I just pray that they find the help that they need. Because after all, it is not for everyone. Anyways, let's go ahead and get on with our meeting. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. 1. We admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. 2. Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. 4. Made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. 5. Admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. 6. We're entirely ready to have God remove all these defective characters. 7. Humbly ask Him to remove our shortcomings. 8. Made a list of all persons we had harmed and become willing to make amends to them all. 9. Made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. 10. Continue to take personal inventory and when wrong, promptly admit it. 11. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood Him, praying only for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. 12. Having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we try to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all our affairs. So I always put in the description, the page number, the chapter number, and the name of the chapter that we're reading. It's always there in the descriptions. So, but if you don't have a book, I do. I will read it out of these books to you, and hopefully it helps you to find what you need. So I'm going to start at this is on page 141. I think I forgot to put that in there. If I put a different number, just start from where the description says or start from where I say on this. It doesn't really matter. It's always either or. So, okay. This is not to say that all alcoholics are honest and upright when not drinking. Of course, that isn't so, and such people often may impose on you, seeing your attempt to understand and help. Some men will try to take advantage of your kindness. If you are sure your man does not want to stop, he may as well be discharged. The sooner, the better. You are not doing him a favor by keeping him on. Firing such an individual may prove a blessing to him. It may be just the jolt he needs. I know in my own particular case that nothing my company could have done would have stopped me for so long as I was able to hold my situation hold my position. Sorry, I'm having trouble seeing it. Let me turn this mic back on. I'm blind, y'all. Sorry. It's blinding to me too. I know in my own particular case that nothing my company could have done would have stopped me for as long as I was able to hold my position. I could not possibly realize how serious my situation was. Had they fired me first, and had they then taken steps to see that I was presented with the solution contained in this book, I might have returned to them 6 months later, a well man. But there are many men and women, as I say, this is for everyone. But there are many men and women who want to stop, and with them you can go far. Your understanding treatment of their cases will pay in dividends. Perhaps you had such a man in mind. He wants to quit drinking and you want to help him. Even if it be only a matter of good business, you know more about alcoholism. You can see that he is mentally and physically sick. You are willing to overlook his past performances. Suppose an approach is made something like this. State that you know about his drinking and that it must stop. You might say you appreciate his abilities, would like to keep him, but cannot if he continues to drink. A firm attitude at this point has helped many of us. Next, he can be assured that you do not intend to lecture, moralize, or condemn, that if this was done formally, it was because of misunderstanding. If possible, express a lack of hard feeling toward him. At this point, it might be well to explain alcoholism, the illness. May you say that you believe he is a gravely ill person with this qualification, being perhaps fatally ill. Does he want to get well? You ask because many alcoholics being wrapped in drugged and do not want to quit. But does he? Will he take every necessary step to commit to anything to get well? To stop drinking forever? My ears are going crazy. If he says yes, does he really mean it? Or down inside, does he think he is fooling you and that after rest and treatment he will be able to get away with a few drinks now and then? We believe a man should be thoroughly probed on these points, but be satisfied he is not deceiving himself or you. Whether you mention this book is a matter for your discretion. If he temporizes and still thinks he can even drink again or ever drink again, even beer, he might as well be discharged after the next bender, which if an alcohol if an alcoholic he is almost certain to have. He should understand that empathetically either you are dealing with a man who can and will get well, or you are not. If not, why waste time with him? This may seem severe, but it is usually the best course. After satisfying yourself that your man wants to recover and that he will go to any extreme to do so, you may suggest a definite course of action. For most alcoholics who are drinking or who are just getting over a spree, A certain amount of physical treatment is desirable, even imperative. The matter of physical treatment should, of course, be referred to your own doctor. Whatever the method, its object is to thoroughly clear mind and body of the effects of alcohol. In incompetent hands, this seldom takes long, nor is it very expensive. Your man will fare better if placed in such physical condition that he can think straight and no longer crave liquor. If you propose such a procedure to him, it may be necessary to advise the cost of treatment, but we believe it should be made plain that any expense will later be deducted from his pay. It is better for him to feel fully responsible. If your man accepts your offer, it should be pointed out that physical treatment is but a small part of the picture. So you are providing him with the best possible medical attention. You should understand that he must undergo a change of heart. To get over drinking will require a transformation of thought and attitude. We all have to place recovery above everything, for without recovery we would have lost both home and business. Can you have every confidence in his ability to recover? Well, on the subject of confidence, can you adopt the attitude that so far as you are concerned, this will be a strictly personal matter, that his alcoholic dir- direction, directed, I don't know how to pronounce that word, the treatment about to be undertaken will never be discussed without his consent. It might be well to have a long chat with him on his return. To return to the subject matter of this book, it contains full suggestions by which the employees may solve his problem. To you, some of the ideas which it contains are novel. Perhaps you are not quite in sympathy with the approach we suggest. By no means do we offer it as the last word or this on this subject. But so far as we are concerned, it has worked with us. After all, are you not looking for results rather than methods? Whether your employee likes it or not, he will learn the grim truth about alcoholism. That won't hurt him a bit, even though he does not go for this remedy. We suggest you draw the book to the attention of the doctor who is to attend your patient during treatment. If the book is read the moment the patient is able, while acutely depressed, realization of his condition may come to him. We hope the doctor will tell the patient the truth about his condition, whatever that happens to be. When the man is presented with this volume, it is best that no one tell him he must abide by its suggestions. The man must decide for himself. You are betting, of course, that your changed attitude plus the contents of this book will turn the trick. In some cases it will, and in others it may not. But we think that if you preserve the percentage of successes, will gratify you. As our work spreads and our numbers increase, we hope your employees may be put in personal contact with some of us. Meanwhile, we are sure a great deal can be accomplished by the use of the book alone. On your employee's return, talk with him. Ask him if he thinks he has the answer, if he feels free to discuss his problem with you, if he knows you understand and will not be upset by anything he wishes to say. He will probably be off to a fast start. In this connection, can you remain undisturbed if the man proceeds to tell you shocking things? He may, for example, reveal that he has padded his expense account or that he has planned to take your best customers away from you. In fact, he may say almost anything if he has accepted our solution, which, as you know, demands rigorous honesty. Can you can you charge this off as you would a bad account and start fresh with him? If he owes you money, you may wish to make terms. If he speaks of his home situation, you can undoubtedly make helpful suggestions. Can he talk frankly with you so long as he does not bear business tales or criticize his associates? With this kind of employee, such an attitude will command undying loyalty. The greatest enemies of us alcoholics are resentment, jealousy, envy, frustration, and fear. Wherever men are gathered together in business, there will be rivalries, and arising out of these, a certain amount of office politics. Sometimes we alcoholics have an idea that people are trying to pull us down. Often, this is not so at all, but sometimes our drinking will be used politically. Sorry. One instance comes to mind in which a mali- malicious, I think that is, individual was always making friendly little jokes about an alcoholic's drinking exploits. In this way, he was slyly carrying tales. In another case, an alcoholic was sent to a hospital for treatment. Only a few knew of it at first, but within a short time, it was billboarded throughout the entire company. Naturally, this sort of thing decreased the man's change or the man's chance of recovery. The employee or the employer can many times protect the victim from this kind of talk. The employer cannot play favorites, but he can always defend a man from needless provocation and unfair criticism. As a class, alcoholics are energetic people. They work hard and they play hard. Your man should be on his mettle to make good. Being somewhat weakened and faced with physical and mental readjustments to a life which knows no alcohol, he may overdo. You may have to curb his desire to work 16 hours a day. You may need to encourage him to play once in a while. He may wish to do a lot more for other alcoholics, and something of the sort may come up during business hours. A reasonable amount of latitude will be helpful. This work is necessary to maintain his sobriety. Eyeballs. After a man has gone along without drinking for a few months, you may be able to make use of his services with other employees who are giving you the alcoholic runaround, provided, of course, they are willing to have a third party in the picture. An alcoholic who has recovered but holds a relatively unimportant job can talk to a man with a better position, being on a radically different basis of life. He will never take advantage of the situation. Your man may be trusted. Long experience with alcoholic excuses naturally arouses suspicion. When his wife next called saying he is sick, you might jump to the conclusion he is drunk. If he is and is still trying to recover, he will tell you about it even if it means the loss of his job. For he knows he must be honest if he would have lived at all. He will appreciate knowing you are not bothering your head about him, that you are not suspicious, nor are you trying to run his life. So he will be shielded from temptation to drink. If he is consistent or continuously following the program of recovery, he can go anywhere your business may call him. In case he does stumble every or even once, you will have to decide whether to let him go. If you are sure he doesn't mean business, there is no doubt you should discharge him. If, on the contrary, you are sure he is doing his utmost, you may wish to give him another chance. But you should feel under no obligation to keep him on, for your obligation has been well discharged already. Not too much more. My hoodie's choking. There is another thing you might wish to do. If you if your organization is a large one, your junior executives might be provided with this book. You might let them know you have no quarrel with the alcoholic of your organization. These juniors are often in a difficult position. Men under them are frequently their friends. So, for one reason or another, they cover these men, hoping matters will take a turn for the better. They often jeopardize their own position by trying to help serious drinkers who should have been fired long ago, or else given an opportunity to get well. After reading this book, a junior executive can go to such a man and say approximately this: "Look here, Ed, do you want to stop drinking or not? You put me on the spot every time you get drunk. It isn't fair to me or to the firm. I have been learning something about alcoholism. If you are an alcoholic, you are a mighty sick man. You act like one. The firm wants to help you get over it. And if you are interested, there is a way out. If you take it, your past will be forgotten. And the fact that you went away for treatment will not be mentioned. But if you cannot or will not stop drinking, I think you ought to resign." Your junior executive may not agree with the content of our book. He need not and often should not show it to his alcoholic prospect. But at least he will understand the problem and will no longer be misled by ordinary promises. Will you quit licking that? Thank you. Crazy dog. He will be able to take a position with such a man who is eminently fair and square. He will have no further reason for covering up an alcoholic employee. It boils right down to this: no man should be fired just because he is alcoholic. If he wants to stop, he should be afforded a real chance. If he cannot or does not want to stop, he should be discharged. The exceptions are few. We think this method or approach will accomplish several things. It will permit the rehabilitation of good men and women. At the same time, you will feel no reluctance to rid yourself of those who cannot or will not stop. Alcoholism may be causing your organization considerable damage in its waste of time, men, and reputation. We hope our suggestion will help you plug up this sometime serious leak. We think we are sensible when we urge that you stop this waste and give your worthwhile man a chance. The other day, an approach was made to the vice president of a large industrial concern. He remarked, "I'm mightily glad you fellows got over your drinking, but the policy of this company is not to interfere with the habits of our employees. If a man drinks so much that this job suffers, we fire him. I do not see how you can be of any help to us, for, as you see, we don't have any alcohol problem." This same company spends millions for research every year. Their cost of production is figured to a fine decimal point. They have recreational facilities. There is company insurance. There is a real interest, both humanitarian and business, in the well-being of employees. But alcoholism, well, they just don't believe they have it. Perhaps this is a typical attitude. We who have collectively seen a great deal of business life, at least for the alcoholic angle, had to smile at this gentleman's sincere opinion. He might be shocked if he knew how much alcoholism is costing his organization a year. That company may harbor many actual or potential alcoholics. We believe that managers of large enterprises often have little idea how prevalent this problem is. Even if you feel your organization has no alcoholic problem, it might pay to take another look down the line. You may make some interesting discoveries. Of course, this chapter refers to alcoholics, sick people, deranged men. What our friend and vice president had in mind was the habitual or whoopee drinkers. As to them, his policy is undoubtedly sound, but he did not distinguish between such people and the alcoholic. It is not to be expected that an alcoholic employee will receive a disproportionate amount of time and attention. He should not be made a favorite. The right kind of man, the kind who recovers, will not want this sort of thing. He will not impose. Far from it. He will work like the devil and thank you to his dying day. Today I own a little company. There are two alcoholic employees who produce as much as 5 normal salesmen. But why not? They have new attitudes and they have been saved for a living death or from a living death. I've enjoyed every moment spent in getting them straightened out. See Appendix 6, I want to say that is. We shall be happy to hear from you if we can be of help. Now, like I've said before, High Desert Adventures, thank you for being here. Thank everybody for being here. Like I've said, my alcoholism, it did lead into one job that I did, but I was not paid for it, and that was state hosting. I was drinking then. It was not good. I was drinking a lot then, still. And, or no, I had gone back out. Because I got sober for a year and then I went back out. And to prove it, I just started getting drunk again and I didn't stop for quite a while. Then I got my first paying job, and that opened my eyes to tell people that, yeah, you can tell your employer that you are an alcoholic. Just plain and simple, and accept what they're going to say. Because being honest with yourself is the best part, and being honest with your employer if you're still drinking, or even if you're a recovering alcoholic, or you have done narcotics or whatever. There are people that completely understand and that are willing to give you a chance to help, work for them. I did camp hosting. I was full-time camp. Well, it was seasonal work, but it was full-time for the season. I loved it. And the first thing I did was tell that boss that I was a recovering alcoholic. I said it a lot of times. I know I've said it on more than just this video. That employer opened my eyes to know that, okay, it is safe for me to tell my employer that I'm a recovering alcoholic. I'm not going to deny that. That is me. That is something that I'm honest about to everyone. Yes, I'm a recovering alcoholic. You hear me saying it all the time. I don't care where I'm at. I don't care who I'm talking to. I'm honest about it. And that's what it means to be a recovering alcoholic. Being honest. Exactly what that says. Don't be scared to tell somebody that you are an alcoholic and you need help. It's better for you to tell them before they find out that you've been drinking on the job and you've ended up getting fired. Because being fired doesn't look good on your resume. It really doesn't. But they're not going to know unless if we say something. And that's just one thing that I learned right after I started AA. And I had a home group that I was going to. I still have a sponsor. Um, it helps me a lot to be able to say, hey, I'm a recovering alcoholic and I'm getting help, and I do meetings. I host my own meetings, and I'm just helping people to be sober and to know that there's a better life than the alcohol. There's a better life to live. You might not see it right now if you're still drinking, or if you went back out, whatever the situation. You can get there. You just have to want it. And you have to want it bad enough, and you have to want it for you. You can't control everything in life. There's no way you can. Even if you're drunk, you can't control life. You're just blurring it. I was just around people that drink, and it hurts to see them in that situation. It hurts me because I know I have that gift that I can give them, and I can talk to them until I'm blue in the face, and it hurts because they're not getting it. But I cannot force them to get it. They have to want it and want it for them. In my opinion, my thoughts, what I want for them, I can't do. I can only pray for them to get the help. And the dog is searching for a ball. Hopper, I think it's under the coffee table, dude. He's moving all of my stuff everywhere, making a mess. It's not there. Did you get it? He's gonna bark here in a minute if I don't get it for him. Little dog. Did you get it? He's digging under my coffee table. Mike, can you come get his ball? Somebody? Anybody? He's gonna have to wait. I'm serious, guys. Here, look. Come here, Copper. Come say hi. He's like, nope. I'm gonna get that ball. I think I feel it right there. Nope, that's a shoe. Ah, here it is. Dork. Sorry, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Because sometimes it doesn't feel like it. I've got that. Not a lot of people will willingly go out and say, hey, I'm an alcoholic. I am. It's me. It's who I am. It's part of my life, a big part of my life. And without being sober, I wouldn't know I don't know where I would be if I was not sober right now. If I had not quit drinking almost 10 years ago, I don't know where I'd be right now. Honestly, it's baffling because some people are in that, and I see it, and it's really hard to deal with. It takes a toll on me, but I'm here. I'm here for them, and they need to know that. It's life. Life has things that throws us all for a loop, and we just have to get back up, brush ourselves off, and keep going. Just keep going. And if you fall off the wagon, come back. Come back. And if you're new, keep coming. It works. I know it works. It works for me. It can work for you. It's important. Your friends and your family are missing you. You're missing the you that they know and that they love. They want you to come back to them and be part of life. Just come back. You don't know how bad you're hurting them while you're drinking. You don't know that you could still have that job if maybe you would have just explained to them, hey, I'm an alcoholic and I need help. Believe it or not, there are employers that will help you. If you get fired for telling them that you're an alcoholic and you need help, then that job may be not meant for you. There's other jobs. There's help everywhere. If you're on a ship, there's AA meetings on a ship in the middle of the ocean. There's AA in a little itty bitty town. There's AA right here, worldwide. It's worth every single day that you get up and you can say, I'm blessed, I'm sober, and I get to have today. I get to be here right now in this life with my friends, my family. I'm present, I'm clear-headed, and go on about your day and be a success. Being sober, not sitting around, trying to figure out that next beer or that next shot or whatever it is, Alcohol, I'm talking. Because I don't know if we can say that for something else. Exactly. That's what I mean. Exactly what I mean. He says, I hired a recovering drug addict when I was a manager. He turned out to be the best technician we had, and 25 years later, he he's still working there, he always thanks me for giving him a chance. Sometimes that's just what they need. Sometimes it's a blessing to be sober. And these are happy tears because I know that you can be sober and you can live life no matter where you are. You can have a productive life. You can be a success and just be a wonderful person and being sober, huh? Yeah. I'm talking to Papa over here. Here he is. There's my Copper. Anyways, I'm gonna read the Serenity Prayer and then let you guys go. Thank you for being here today. It means a lot to me to have people watching and listening, even if you're just listening to me read and, comprehending in your own mind. I don't expect people to comment. But it is nice to have people know that there is help out there for everybody. Um, so today is September 29th, exactly alike. Frequent contact with newcomers and with each other is the bright spot of our life. Stop! And that's in Alcoholics Anonymous, page 89. A drunk man came to the meeting drunk, interrupted the speaker. The speaker stood up and took his shirt off, staggered loudly back and forth for coffee, demanded to talk, and eventually called the group secretary an unquotable name and walked out. I was glad he was there. Once again, I saw what I had been like, but I also saw what I still am and what I still could be. I don't have to be drunk to want to be the exception and the center of attention. I have often felt abused and responded abusively when I was simply being treated as a gardener or garden variety human being. The more the man tried to insist he was different, the more I realized that he and I were exactly alike. Yep, we're exactly alike. So just know we are exactly alike. A newcomer comes in and you can see that's who I am. That's who I could still be. That was me. And it makes me personally want to help more. So no matter where you are, there's AA meetings. Look them up. Um, I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. I have to work this evening. So, yay. Go me. Anyways, I love you guys. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Keep coming back. It works if you work it. Love you guys. Be safe. And remember, you're not alone.